everyone, welcome back to The Oily Life. If you're new, my name is Tanya and I am the owner of The Oily Life, which is a natural-based bath and body business. I also like to share essential oil education, natural living tips, hauls, all things kind of essential oil and natural DIY, natural living related on my channel. Today we're going to be doing a melt and pour soap project. We're going to be making massage bars with these cute little molds that I got off of Amazon, and I'll have those linked down below in the description box. But we're going to have a 2-layer soap. One part is going to be the massage layer, and then the top layer is going to be an exfoliating layer. So pretty excited to get these made, and let's go make some soap. Alright, so to get started with our massage bars, I have 8 ounces of hemp melt and pour base that I've cut up into small cubes. I thought the hemp would be a really nice touch. Hemp is very good for your skin. It has a lot of great properties as far as skin renewal and hydration, things like that. So I thought it would be a great addition to the massage bar part of our soap. So I'm going to go ahead and get this heated up in 30-second intervals until I have it completely melted. Alright, so I have our base melted down here and just giving it a stir to get rid of the last little bit of chunks. Now I am not going to color this. I thought the kind of golden light green of the soap base was a really pretty color. You definitely could color it, but I've decided to leave it in its kind of natural state. All right, I think we're good there. And then to scent this, we are doing peppermint and tea tree essential oils. I did a 50-50 blend at a 2% usage rate. And we're just going to pour half of our essential oil mixture in now. And then we'll save the other half for the top. And then give that another good stir. Peppermint and tea tree are both really cleansing oils. They're really bright. They kind of wake up your senses. So, great essential oils to use in bath and body products. All right, and that looks good there. And then we're gonna pour that into our massage bar molds. Now I don't think I'll actually need both of these, but it's better to have them here ready than not. You will see I have them sitting on a tray. That's something you always want to do. That way, if you need to move them, you can, and that way you can also give them kind of a smack down to get rid of any air bubbles. And I'm going to fill these about halfway up. Just like that. And I love making cold processed soap, but it's nice sometimes just to go in and do a melt and pour project as well. Melt and pour is still great soap. You're still creating something when you're making melt and pour soap. So I know some people try to say it's not a handmade item, but you are making it by hand. You're transforming it into something else. So I kind of disagree with that outlook. Looks like we're going to do about 3 of these with 8 ounces. All right, so I'm going to give the top a spritz just to get rid of the air bubbles, and then we're going to let these set up until you can touch the top without breaking through before we move on to our next layer. Okay, so we've let these cool down, and they are now at a point where I can touch them without breaking through. So now we're going to move on to our next layer, which for that we're using 8 ounces of shea butter melt and pour. Shea butter is really nourishing for the skin, very moisturizing, so it's a great base to use in a soap. And in this, we're going to be doing pink Himalayan salt for our exfoliation for the top layer. I think with that massage bar layer we have on the bottom with the hemp base and then the Shea and pink Himalayan salt exfoliating base on the top, this is just going to be a super nice bar soap and something a little bit out of the ordinary as far as, you know, you don't typically use a massage bar every day, so it's a nice little treat when you do get to use one. So we're gonna go ahead and get our shea butter base melted down, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I have the shea butter base melted down here. I'm just giving it a stir to make sure you don't have any lumps or anything like that. And then we're gonna add in that same essential oil blend of the peppermint and tea tree, which smells amazing. And then just get that stirred in. I'm a huge peppermint fan, so I like to use peppermint wherever I can. It has a lot of great benefits too, but it's just a scent I really like. And the tea tree is great for anything cleansing related, so perfect for soaps or homemade cleaners. It's great for helping with breakouts, things like that. All right, so I think we have that stirred in pretty well. So now we're gonna add in 1/4 cup of pink Himalayan salt. And this will start to make this thicken up pretty quickly. So you just wanna give it a stir through. And you will notice, like, a lot of the time the salt will settle to the bottom just because it is heavier, which that's perfectly normal. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on the top to help with that. I'm not coloring this portion either. You'll get a little bit, a very light bit of color from that pink Himalayan salt. And just keeping this one as natural as possible. And you can get natural melt and pour soap bases. You can get them without SLSA or anything like that in it. You sometimes have to shop around a little bit, but you definitely can find them out there. I know you can get some from Bulk Apothecary. I can never say that freaking name. And Stevenson's has a line, so a few different places that you can get them. I think Nature Soap, or Nurture Soap, apparently talking's hard today, also has some, so you can definitely look out there and find bases with cleaner ingredients. All right, so before we add our next layer, we're gonna spritz the top of these that we already have in the mold with rubbing alcohol. That just helps the two layers adhere to each other better. And as you can see, this is starting to thicken up. It already had a little bit of a film forming on the top. If it breaks through some, it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna probably go all the way through, but we're gonna pour it really slow to avoid that where we can. And we're just gonna kind of start with layering a little bit of the salt in there, and then we'll pour. If it, ooh, I don't know why I just put it in that one. I don't have a bottom layer there. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start pouring this in. Like I said, as you can see, it's pretty thick, which is okay. We'll get it in there. If need be, we'll give it another quick blast. Don't be scared if the top of your bars look a little bit of a mess to start with. That is fixable. Not a big deal. All right, I think we're good there. So we're gonna let these set up until they're completely cooled, and then we'll come back and unmold them. All right, so we are back to pop our massage bars out of the mold. Now, to do an initial even out on the top, I just took my heat gun and just melted the tops down some so they would even out. If you don't have a heat gun yet, I do highly recommend them. They're great for kind of cleanup on the tops of your soap or candles or lip balms, anything like that. Plus then you can use it if you shrink wrap products or anything. It works for that as well. But I gently went over the top. You do want to hold it back a little bit. If you hold it too close, you'll splash the soap out. But just went over the top and kind of evened them out a little bit. And I may still, depending on what they look like once I get them out, I may take a planer over the back as well. We'll just kind of see. All right, so let's get these out. And sometimes you got to work a little bit to get the little nubby part out. There. But I think they turned out super cute. So that is what they look like. Nice clean line. They smell amazing with that peppermint and tea tree. I do think I'll just come along the top and plane that just to clean it up a little bit. But yeah, super happy with how this turned out. And this was just, you know, a quick little easy project, which is nice to do sometimes. And you know, you get all of your gratification in the same day with Melt and Pour soap. You get to make it, unmold it, and not have to wait. So that's a nice thing about Melt and Pour too. And if you're just starting out and you're nervous to work with lye, this is a great first step. Almost got it. There we go. It's a little uneven on the side on this one, but not too bad. And then real quick, I'll show you how you can clean up the top a little more. So I just got this, let's see if I can get it all in there, acrylic soap planer off of Etsy. I like the acrylic one because there's not as much of a chance of cutting yourself. I am clumsy and accident prone, so you know, I take help where I can get it. But this is how I clean up my cold process soap, but it works for Melt and Pour as well. We might get a little bit of a drag because of the soap or the salt in there, but it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm just gonna take it like this. You press it across. It takes some of that unevenness out. And you can see that's you still get some texture up there from the salt, but a much cleaner top. So that's just a way you can clean it up to make it look a little more nicer, either for yourself or if you're gonna sell them or give them as gifts. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll have everything I used linked down below in the description box. And I hope you give making this soap project a try. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.